Yes, good morning students. In the previous class we started with the rectifiers, diode rectifiers we discussed in the previous class. Okay, we started from AC to DC converter. Okay, what exactly rectifier is. Okay, then single phase rectifier, the single phase rectifiers, controlled and uncontrolled type of single phase rectifiers, freewheeling diodes type. Okay, single phase full wave rectifiers we discussed. Then what exactly rectifier is, the definition of the rectifier, what are the purpose of rectification, and what exactly diode rectifier is. Okay, and need for the rectification, why the rectification is needed. And then we discussed about the briefly about the half wave rectifier operating principle. Okay, how the half wave rectifier is working with its schematic representation and the waveforms. Then we discussed about why single phase full wave rectifier is required. Okay, why only single phase full wave rectifier is required, and what are the drawbacks, advantages of that. And also we discussed about the single phase full wave rectifiers with a center tapped transformer connected to purely resistive load, how it is operating, how the diodes are acting in both the half cycles to transfers the power towards the load. Okay, now also we discussed about how the current is flowing through the diodes D1 and D2 during positive half cycle and during negative half cycle. And also we discussed about the waveforms related to the full wave rectifiers. So as it's a full wave rectifiers, so both positive and negative cycle is rectified here. So it's a pulsating DC which we are getting from the any of the rectifier circuits. So if you want to have a constant DC, then we need to use the regulators or any other additional circuits to make the output voltage constant one. So up to this we discussed in previous section. Okay, so I hope in the test also we have covered some of the concepts related to this. In the previous on Saturday Friday we have taken the test. There also we covered some of the concepts related to the rectifiers and many more, right? Next is one more type of the rectifier circuits, that is single phase full wave bridge rectifier. So in the previous class we discussed is single phase full wave center tapped rectifiers connected to R load. Single phase full wave center tapped rectifier connected to R load. So here single phase full wave bridge rectifier connected to R load. So bridge rectifier which is connected to R load we are discussing here. So as the name itself says, so bridge rectifiers, so we are constructing the diode bridge here, okay, for the rectification purpose. Okay, that is why it is called as bridge rectifiers. So this is your diode bridge here. You have seen how many bridges in your measurements, okay, Wheatstone bridge, various how the bridges are constructed. So here by using the diodes we have constructed the bridge here, so it is called as bridge rectifier. Okay, so that is the difference. So this also consisting of a single phase AC supply, this also single phase full wave bridge rectifier, and step down transformer, then diode bridge, then load. So these are the major parts of the bridge rectifier circuit. Okay, now this bridge rectifier is also operates in two modes, that is positive half cycle and the negative half cycle. So that means, so when the input voltage is positive, then the two pair of diodes are acting. So when the input voltage is negative, then other two pair of diodes are acting, so which will transfers the power towards the load. Okay, so that is the concept behind this full wave bridge rectifiers. So how the current is flowing in this case is already indicated using the two arrows, that is red as well as green. So red arrow will indicates whenever the two diodes D1 and D2 are acting, and the green arrow will indicates the flow of current in the circuit whenever the diodes D3 and D4s are acting. So R is the load across the resistors. So here is the R is connected, so load of the circuit. So this is a single phase AC supply which is given from the generating stations or from the transmission system. Then it is stepped down to certain value which is required by the applications. Okay, so here single phase, for example 230 volts is coming, Okay, we are stepping down to 50 volts based on the requirements. So the voltage is stepped down. As it's a step down transformer, we can observe here the number of turns in primary is less than the number of turns in the secondary. So it's a step down transformer. The voltage which we are getting from the supply mains is stepped down using this step down transformer. Okay, now let us say it's a 230 to 230 to 50 volts, only 50 volts step down transformer. So now at this particular point, we will be having a 50 volts of AC supply. Okay, this AC supply is sinusoidal in the nature, so AC is always in the sinusoidal form. So this sinusoidal AC supply is applied to the diodes here. So diode D1 here it is there. So diode D1, D2, D3, D4. Okay, so in this cycle it is operates on two modes, so 1 and 2 modes. So mode 1, what happens, the diode D1 and diode D2 are acting. So mode 2, what happens, diode D3 and diode D4s are acting. Okay, this is the first mode. There is a positive half cycle, these two diodes are acting. In the negative half cycle, these two diodes are acting. Okay, that is the operation of the diodes in positive as well as negative half cycles. Right now, yeah, so when the supply voltage is given, so to the bridge rectifier circuit, so it's a bridge only, this is a bridge circuit. So when the supply voltage is given, so because of the positive polarity, so here it's a positive applied here. Okay, and positive supply we are applying, so you can see here, so the diode D1 and diode your diode D2 are getting the positive polarity and forward bias. So diode D1 and diode D2 are forward biased in positive half cycle, the first half cycle, and they starts conducting. Conducting means what? Current starts flowing. So conducting of the diode D1 and D2 means the current starts flowing. So that is short circuited and allows the current to flow from source towards the load. Okay, that is the this one. So in the negative half cycle, what happens? So diode D3, so diode D3 and D4s are acting, which once again short circuit and allows the flow of current from source towards the load. Okay, that's a operation. So I'll just indicate how the current is flowing when the diodes D1 and D2 are acting, and how the current will flow when the diodes D3 and D4s are acting. So look at this. So the red arrows indicated here. So when the positive half cycle, the current starts flowing from here, so then to diode D1, then to load. Okay, then it will comes like this. So flows like this at point P, then it will goes to the diode D2, then back to supply. So your circuit is closed. The current is always flows in a closed network. Okay, so that is during the positive half cycle of its operation. So when during the negative half cycle of its operation, you can just see here, the flow of current will be like this. Yeah, the flow of current, so from this to like this it will go. So D3, then towards the load, then it will flows like this. Okay, then D4, this one, this is the closed circuit. You can just write red colored indicator now I am showing, which will shows the current flow during the negative half cycle. So this is how during positive as well as during negative half cycle, the each pair of diodes will be acting, which will contribute in transferring the power from input towards the load in both the half cycles. Okay, so that is about the working principle of the full wave bridge rectifier. So in the previous, what happens, there are two bridges or two diodes we are having. So one half cycle, one diode is acting, another half cycle, another diode is acting, which will transfers the power towards the load. Here what happens, at a time in each half cycle, two pair of diodes are acting. Each one pair of diodes are acting, which will contribute in transferring the current and which will transmit the power from input towards the load. Okay, so that is the working principle of single phase full wave bridge rectifiers connected to R load. Okay, so that's about single phase full wave rectifiers. So the waveforms will be almost similar to your center tapped rectifiers only, as it is in both half cycle it is transferring the AC to DC. So the waveforms of the single phase your bridge rectifiers and the single phase center tapped rectifier both will look same, symbols the same. So positive half cycle, so diode D1 and D2 are acting, which will transfer the DC power. So in the negative half cycle, so diode D3 and D4 are acting, which will transfer the power. So once again, in the positive half cycle it is D1 and D2. So in the negative half cycle it is D3 and D4. So every half cycle the process of rectification will continue until and unless you stop the input signal. Okay, the process of rectification is will be continuing unless and until you remove the AC supply. So that is the principle of operation of single phase full wave bridge rectifiers, and this is the equivalent circuit diagram of single phase full wave rectifier, and this is the waveforms related to the single phase full wave rectifiers. Okay, that's about this one. Next, full wave rectifiers with RL load, sorry. So till now what we discussed is, so it's a full wave rectifiers with R load. So the working principle of this also remains the same, full wave rectifiers. That means each half cycle two pair of diodes are conducting, I mean one pair means two diodes are conducting, which will transferring the power from input towards the load. Okay, so here also the difference between the R and RL load in the previous case, so the load is purely resistive, means the load which we connected, so this is the load part, so the load part which we connected, so in the previous case, see here, this is pure resistive, there is no inductance part. So here there is a inductance present, so there is a small amount of inductance present here, that is why it is called as a RL load. So what happens with R load and RL load, there is a small variation in the current will happens. You can just observe how what is the variation in the waveforms of R load and RL load. So I'll show you the waveforms of this RL load also. So the working principle of this will also remain same. So during the positive half cycle, so diode D1 and D2 are acting. So during the negative half cycle, diode D3 and D4 are acting. So I hope the current flow is already indicated in the previous this one. I will show one more time if you want. So during positive half cycle, current start flowing like this. So it is open circuited. So as it's a reverse bias, so it will flow like this through the load. It will flows. So it is also forward bias. So it will goes to diode back to this one, and this is also open circuited. So the negative half cycle also the current flows, okay, from the diode D4, okay, then towards the load, then sorry, one second, I'll yeah. So in the negative half cycle also the current flows from this way, so this way, and diode D3 it will go, then it is goes towards the load, then diode D4 it will be going back here. Okay, this is the flow of current in case of RL load also. The flow of current, working principle, everything remains same, but the there is a variations in your output waveforms you will be observing in this R load. Okay, there is a red colored, this one is the positive half cycle, and this green colored is a negative half cycle. So apart from that, the working principle, everything remains the same. This is also bridge type of rectifiers. Then the full wave rectifiers with RL load, you can just observe the waveforms of the current and voltages here. There is a various voltage waveforms where pulsating voltage only you get. So this is the rectifier connected to RL load. So this is your input voltage which is given. Okay, this is the diode current. How the diode current, so this is during, this is the input voltage, this is the diode current when the diodes D1 and D2 are acting. So this is the diode current when the diodes D3 and D4 are acting. Okay, so this is the output current, that means across the load, what is the current, how is the current. Okay, so that is indicated as I0. So then V0 is nothing but your output voltage. So this is the Is is the your supply current. Okay, so this is how your waveforms will be, bit variations you can observe in this case. So small variations you can observe in the current as well as voltage will remain same, but there is a linear and non-linear variations will happens in the current. So except that the procedure of R wave and RL load which is remains the same. Okay, so that's about this one. Then full wave rectifiers with RL load, so transient steady analysis and everything. So this is not actually much included in our syllabus, but somehow, so this is some of the transients are created in case of RL load, so we have to study the transients also. So here, so in the circuit is first energized. That means the current starts flowing, the load current is 0 and cannot change it instantaneously. When the circuit is energized means when the supply is given to the diode circuit, the load current is 0 and it is cannot change instantaneously. So then so current reaches periodic state for after period of some time, some duration of the time. So the current reaches to its steady state's value. So current at the end of is equal to current at the beginning. So in that steady state conditions, the current at the end is equal to the current at the beginning. So there are some of the transients are created, so it is indicated here. So how the transients are created here, so which is indicated here. And so this what the end of the current at the end of the process and at the beginning of the current is equal to, I mean both remains the same. Okay, so transient in the steady state it is. So in the steady state operation of the rectifier, so the current at the end is equal to the current at the beginning when the your rectifier is operating in the steady state mode. Okay, so if it is operating in other different modes are there, so there are continuous conduction mode and discontinuous conduction modes are also there. Okay, so based on which mode that your circuit is operating, your transients is also varies, and the current which is flowing through the load is also varies. Okay, that is about the full wave rectifiers which is connected to RL load. So this is also single phase full wave, I already explained here. So single phase full wave rectifier with RL load, with bridge rectifiers, then center tapped rectifiers, and many more things we discussed in this particular session. So actual part of this first module is gets over here. Okay, and I'll have the discussion on the second module from the next session. Okay, so here first module is all about the power electronic, what exactly power electronics, what are the applications of power electronics. Okay, then how the power electronics is evolved, the history of power electronics we discussed already, how this power electronics is evolved. Okay, then how this power electronics is evolved, and what are the major applications, what are the different types of converters we're having, so how the power semiconductor devices are classified. Okay, then we discussed about what exactly power diodes, what are the different types of power diodes we're having. Okay, what is the constructional features of our power diodes. Okay, what are the operating voltages and the currents of power diodes we discussed, and also started with the rectifiers. So what is rectifiers we discussed, the rectification process, types of rectifiers, controlled and uncontrolled rectifiers. Okay, then single phase full wave and half rectifiers. So in that we discussed about the single phase full wave rectifier operating principle, right? Then we move towards the single phase full wave rectifier connected to R load and RL load. So in R load we discussed about the center tap rectifier and bridge rectifiers. So same way we discussed about the bridge rectifiers which is the RL load also. Okay, so that's about the first module, is a very small concepts which we are having. So I hope so first module get over here. So from next class onwards we'll discuss about the second module, that is transistor, what exactly transistor is, how the transistors are operating, and what are the important features of the transistors, or what are the characteristics of transistors. Okay, then which type of transistors we are having and what are included in a particular syllabus, applications of transistors. Okay, characteristics of transistors, and many more things we'll discuss in the next video. So till then, if you got any doubts in this first module, you can feel free to contact me anytime. So I'm here to clarify your doubts. Okay, so if you got any doubts, you can contact me. So I hope the PDF of this one is already shared, and you can just refer to that. And one more thing, so for both the I mean for this particular subject, you can just refer to the Rashid or Muhammad Rashid or Bhimra, PS Bhimra. So both textbooks are good, you can just refer to them. So still, if you got any doubts, you can contact me, right? Thank you for watching. Yeah, that's about yeah, rectifiers we discussed. Yeah, that's it for today. Yeah, that's it for today, and the rest of the parts we'll discuss from tomorrow onwards.